Hello and welcome to the Decent Wrestling Show and another Actress Girls review. This time it is the 14th of August 2024 show at Korakuen Hall. All lights on me. The big show is here and let's see how damn good it was. 750 in attendance, which is a solid turnout. More than Ice Ribbon and TJPW this month. So without further ado, let's delve into the show. We opened with an idol dance performance from Ali's sisters, which was cute and cool. Their dance teacher is Mizuka Arai. The synopsis from the previous show was once again told by Mizuka, and then the show proceeded with a new dance performance with the talent dressed in white dress-like costumes. They all looked so angelic and dazzling. We got new music and choreography before we got our usual love-riddled performance, which is always a delight. The centre dance was performed by the three new debutees, Toru Hina, Alice Owono and Arisa Nagai, whom had an amazing smile. We got another dance performance from Mizuka's class, a boys group called Udoji. Opening match was a three-way tag match. The baby angels of Asako Miya, complete with awesome new ring gear. Seriously, she could have the best ring gear on the roster now. It's lovely and makes her look like a star. She teamed with Chi Awoba against a musical duo of Kyanren and Nanami Togi. Kyanren threw roses to the crowd and Nanami played bass. Nanami also fell over, which was funny. The third team was the Actress Killers. Hinata Senya and Yufa making a unique and fun pairing. Instead of a handshake, Yufa mocked her opponent in her own Yufa way, thus the babyfaces shook each other's hands. This started off fast paced with the babyface alliance breaking straight away. I loved Asako tagging in, posing, before Kyanren just took her out instantly. Hinata threw some lovely dropkicks to Kyanren. Speaking of Kyanren, she added a little foot movement to her rope walk. Asako also added to her moveset with a spinning gut kick and octopus stretch. Nice. It was broken up with Yufa's mallet whacking Asako in the head. We even got some Yufa and Kyanren teamwork. Of course, it didn't last long before they began arguing, letting Chi take advantage. Killers took over, and Hinata has definitely showed some growth already. She looked much more comfortable here. Baby Angels made a comeback and beat up Yufa. Kyanren allowed Chi to hit her dish screw, and then lifted Chi at 2 to break it up. She then lured Chi in and tried to attack, but Chi sensed it and countered with a power slam, and then trapped her in a cattle mutilation, which Nanami broke up. Asako and Yufa fought, and Asako was attacked with the mallet again. In the end, Yufa won after a knee drop after around 10 minutes. Overall, a hell of a fun way to open the show. I love Asako's new look, Hinata looked at her best, Kyanren was as elegant as ever, Chi looked strong, Yufa was doing her crazy antics. I wish Nanami was more involved, but other than that, great opening match. Post-match, Yufa gloated, but Asako interrupted.
The time has come. I, Asako Miya, have successfully been elected with your kind support. I can once again stand on the stage at Korakuen Hall. Thank you. I want to rebuild the Asako army as a force for justice. No, as the superhuman Asako army.
Yufa wondered why she was speaking as she had just lost. Asako offered the first membership of the superhuman Asako army to Chi Awoba. Asako tried to sell it to her. Dancing entrances, campfires, catchphrases, combination finishes, and shouting finishing moves as they sing. Chi's reply? Yeah, sure, why not? Asako celebrated with a huge hug. I just love her. Yufa quipped to end this segment, "She's lost her mind. This is hopeless." Amazing segment. In the interviews after, Yufa set her sights on recruiting the new debutees. Who will join forces of good and who will choose evil? Match 2 is a debut-filled match. Alice Owono made her debut dual-wielding guns. Oh hell yeah. She has an awesome look and cool gear. She was a semi-finalist in Miss ID 2017 and is a prominent figure in various commercials. She teamed with Kaname in her final Actress Girls match before she joined T-Hearts. They faced the Snake Boss Maru and Arisa Nagai, whose entrance was stunning. She is an amazing dancer and had great aura. Arisa Nagai is a versatile performer appearing in movies and musicals, and is even a singer-songwriter. She won the Yukon Fuji Songstress Grand Prix and has also been recognised as Miss Japan Yukata 2021. Arisa and Alice began the match, and Arisa quickly showed her athletic capabilities. It was actually pretty solid. We then got a forearm exchange. Alice's were fine and Arisa's were really good. Maru came in and wreaked havoc, and here is where there were some errors. Alice from here seemed quite hesitant and nervous. Her moves didn't have the same oomph as before. But that comes in a debut match, so I can't criticise much. Kaname came in and she was moving at rapid speed. Arisa hit some progressively better drop kicks. Maru, bless her, had to work around Alice's faults, and things looked awkward at times. Then we got Alice giving big boots to Maru, with Maru firing her up with each one, and this started to look good, showing Alice's potential in the future. Maru and Kaname had some good work with each other. Maru at one point wrapped a chain around Kaname's leg and dragged her by the hair to the ropes and then tied her foot to the ropes. Even Arisa helped out. Evil Arisa? More good work followed with Kaname and Maru going back and forth. The worst part of the show was here though, with Kaname using a stupid unprotected headbutt. Get this crap out of AWG and get this crap out of pro wrestling. It looks stupid, it is dangerous and reckless and provides zero entertainment to anyone. Stop it. Later on, Kyoko and Kira-an got involved in beating up Kaname. Maru hit her foot stomp from the top rope, but it only got a 2 count. We then got a German suplex from Kaname, which was superbly done. Maru kicked out, and we got an exchange. Then Maru slapped the taste out of Kaname. She followed with her old finishing move, the German suplex, her first in 18 years, for the win after around 15 minutes. Most of the stuff with Maru and Kaname was amazing, bar the dumb headbutt, and Arisa's performance was really good. Alice still has a lot of work to do, but she has potential and a cool look. Good match. Post-match, Maru grabbed the mic expressing a mix of happiness and sadness. She congratulated Arisa and Alice on their debuts and invited them to Killers. They declined quickly. She then spoke about Kaname. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm also not going to congratulate you on your graduation. After all, there's no such thing as graduation in Actress Girls. We are all Actress Girls for life. If anything comes back as a member of the Killers. This place is your home, Kaname. I hope she does return after a year or two. She will be missed in Actress Girls. Kaname in her farewell seemed to indicate a return one day by stating she would become a stronger wrestler who can hold her own against Maru. Arisa gave a strong interview backstage, even crying at one point because she had felt like she couldn't do it, but her seniors supported her and helped her out so much. She didn't remember much of the match, but she loves the cheering crowd and she's glad to have debuted. She also wants to do a Hurricanrana and many spinning moves and become the ace of AWG. She doesn't plan on joining Killers and wants to be a babyface. Maru threatened to kidnap her. Alice said in her post-match interview saying it was completely different from a regular stage and she felt so warm but nervous. She said the chain hurt a lot. She said she had a lot of anxiety over her debut, but now it is out the way, she can push forward and keep going higher. She wants to kick and strike harder and admitted to her elbows were weak in the match and that Kaname told her to add more strength. She wants to make use of her long limbs. Kaname said she was told in her debut that her elbows were weak and pathetic, but Alice's were worse. Harsh. She said Alice should channel her feelings into them and the desire to win into her strikes. Kaname said Maru's German suplex has ignited a fire inside her and she wants to be beyond being cute and become strong. She said she will reach the top of pro wrestling and one day come back to Actress Girls to repay them. She also said she would carry Actress Girls in her heart.
I owe it to all the people I met here at Actress. Even though I'm graduating from Actress, I'll always carry it with me. I'll show the world that it's because of Actress that Kaname is here today, stronger than ever. So please keep supporting me.
Match 3 was another tag match. Momitani made her one-day return, which was a beautiful sight to see. She teamed with the debuting Toiro Hina, who looked ready to impress. Toiro is the younger sister of actress Haruna Ikubo, who was a 10th generation member of Morning Musume. She was inspired to join after seeing ACT perform. She is a 26-year-old single mother. They took on twin stars in Ayano Eri and me. A bouquet was presented from the pro wrestling fan SNS app Stomping, which is not available worldwide, to commemorate the debut match of Toru Hina. Momo tried to shake Mi's hand, but Mi slapped it away. From the out, Ayano and Mi bullied and beat up Toru. Mi even smiled and spoke into the corner camera while choking Toru. Eventually, Ayano missed a kick in the ropes and Tani kicked Ayano. This led to Toru hitting a diving forearm. Tani came in like a house of fire. She and Toru combined to do the double knee drop and say, "Yo, Momo Zanmai." Ayano then took back control. Tani kicked out of the Death Valley Bomb and hit a brutal codebreaker on Ayano. Toru came back in with some weak forearms, for which she got a straight boot in the face from Ayano for. She then had to fight out of a Boston Crab. Ayano and Toru then had a strike exchange, of which Toru did quite well in. Of course Ayano won in the end and tried her Hokkaido Bomb finish, but Toru slipped out into a sleeper hold. After some pin exchanges, Toru hit a good drop kick and tagged out. Kuma-chan then attacked Tani. In launching themselves to Tani, Kuma-chan's head came off. Mi didn't care and kissed it and threw the head to the crowd. The referee was mortified. Tani and Mi then went at it for a bit. Ayano came in to help and they nearly pinned Momo, but it wasn't quite enough. Tani resisted a Kuma-chan bomb and hit a codebreaker followed by a corner double knee strike. She quickly followed with a spinning knee drop from the top rope, only registering a 2 count. A top rope foot stomp missed and Mi hit a classic spinning kick. Mi then climbed the corner, hitting a top rope crossbody for a 2 of her own. Mi hit a Kuma-chan bomb and a brutal axe kick, only a 2 count again. Mi ran into a blockbuster for a 2 and then Momo followed with a devastating Sumato running knee strike, full of 3 count in around 15 minutes. Really great match. It was lovely seeing Tani back and her work with Mi and Ayano was terrific. As usual, Mi and Ayano worked so well together as a team. Toru did really good in her debut. She didn't do too much, but what she did well. Bright future ahead. Great match, worth checking out, and it's free on Actress Girl's YouTube page. Post-match, Momo spoke. She said she loves Actress Girls and will support them from afar. She passed the torch to Toru, telling her to lead Actress Girls going forward. Toru said she wants to wrestle again quickly and have many matches and singles matches, and that Actress Girls is the best. She's spittin'. Mi was none too pleased. She was pissed off. She thanked Momo and extended her hand for a handshake. Momo went to shake it, but Mi slapped her hand again and called her a dummy and then shouted "Blair" in her face and walked off. Hilarious. In the post-match interviews, Momo expressed her love for her home of Actress Girls. She was moved seeing Ayano and Mi as seniors helping the young and new talent out. She congratulated Toru and hopes she grows to love Actress Girls and pro wrestling like her. Toru said she was nervous, but the other 3 helped her a lot and made her feel comfortable and encouraged for, which she is grateful for. She said her hands were shaking, her voice was trembling, but it was so much fun. She also said her famous sister Haruna Ikubo was in attendance for the match. She also said she could hear her dad laughing during her performance. She wants to become a wrestler with a strong presence and aura. Ayano thanked Momo for appearing despite the backlash she may receive due to Actress Girls' uniqueness in the pro wrestling sphere. Mi also detailed her rivalry with Momo, whom she calls Butt. She of course expressed her love for Momo and her gratefulness to her. They said Toru was really serious and focused and said she exceeded their expectations on her debut match. Good praise from Toru's seniors. Mi even added, "She's cute and I think she might become the next ace." Ayano said she's already a step ahead of the others. The 4th match was a singles match between Mari and Nagisa Shiotsuki. Mari had her insanely cool new mask on and Nagisa sported blue hair highlights. This was a match I was very excited for. Mari began with some strong knees, then an apron kick sent Nagisa to the outside. Mari followed with another running kick from the apron before slamming Nagisa into chairs. Nagisa tried fighting back with chops, but Mari took them in stride and delivered a nasty soccer ball kick, making the audience wince in pain. Continuing the torture of Nagisa, she slammed her on the outside ring mats. The crowd willed Nagisa back up, so Mari stood and stomped on her hand and then choked her in the ropes. Nagisa threw some chops in retaliation, but they were weak due to Mari's stomps on her hand. They still readied up Mari's big chest though. Mari kicked the life out of Nagisa's butt, but Nagisa didn't give up and her chops got stronger. Mari threw some strikes and hit a brutal chop of her own, making Nagisa scream in pain. A chop to the back and stomach then followed before trying to win with a Samoan front slam, but it got her too. Mari went for a high angle slam, but Nagisa fought out and hit a backstabber. The Maelstrom bomb was attempted, but Mari reversed it. Despite her beaten up state, Nagisa continued to throw elbows, but Mari silenced her with a powerful sliding elbow, which looked clean, followed by a repeated soccer ball kicks to the arm while holding it. Mari just began toying with Nagisa. She then just punted Nagisa into oblivion. Nagisa got some energy back and hit a double chop and then 3 code breakers. She hit the Maelstrom bomb for a close count. A low blue thunder bomb couldn't get Nagisa the win either. Mari came back with a nice leg lariat. Nagisa fired up but took a big head kick for 2. Mari then hit a thrust kick, also only getting a 2, as Nagisa kept showing her fighting spirit. Mari had enough and locked in a brutal muffler hold and then transitioned into an omoplata, which Nagisa after a while eventually tapped out to. Mari kept the hold in even after the bell. Bani had to break it up and Mari kicked Nagisa to the outside. Really great storytelling match as Nagisa showed her fight even in defeat. Mari looked like an unstoppable monster in this. She really was beating the crap out of Nagisa. Fantastic match. Mari mocked Nagisa post-match. In her post-match interview, she expressed no emotion about the easy victory as she claimed. Nagisa said her effort didn't reach Mari and she realizes this. She said it was a huge opportunity, but she was outmatched. She is determined to face Mari again and win the next time. She also hinted taking a break from Natsuki to grow on her own and team with Natsuki as a stronger competitor. Up next, Princess Tenko, the new special observer for Actress Girls, appeared along with Yukat, who collaborates with Tenko in the group Kingo. They performed Magical Jungle, the fight song of Actress Girls, while bubbles floated around the stage. By performed, I mean they clearly lip-synced it, with Tenko barely doing half the song and waving her arms about. The song was good, but it didn't really feel like anything special to me. After this, Princess Tenko read the Entertainment Declaration, which read, "We aim for the pinnacle of world-class entertainment, not by competing or clashing with others, but by believing in our own world, owning our skills, protecting our hearts, and advancing until we are recognized by the world as Actress Girls, world standard. I hereby declare the new entertainment of Actress Girls. August 14th, 2024, Actress Girls Special Observer, Princess Tenko." In the interview backstage, Tenko expressed her support and said it was because of their entertainment, cuteness and beauty, and said she was deeply moved. She does aim to take Actress Girls worldwide. Nice! UK please! She also said she will bring her White Lion King to the next show in October. Her idea to improve Actress Girls is to make them more bold and cheeky. Semi-main was a 5 vs 5 tag elimination match with Yufa producing it. The Genki Sentai Actress 5 had a cool superhero pose entrance. Sakura, Marino, Yoi, Riko and Naru. They faced the evil actress killers in Nene Arahata, Kyoko Owai, Haruka Ishikawa, Kira Ann and Greater Sako. Greater Sako had new blue and red face paint. Haruka had a new entrance gown. Yufa announced the elimination rules, including that elimination can be done by over-the-top rope elimination. Riko and Kira had a lower kick exchange. Kira grabbed Riko's kick and slammed her before following with a soccer ball kick. Kira threw Riko around by the hair. The Emerald Flosion then connected for a 2 count. Kyoko continued the pressure but missed a leg drop. Riko did a lot of strike and kick based offense. After fighting out of a sleeper hold, Kyoka took over. This was because the ref got distracted by the baby faces, so Yufa handed Kyoka the umbrella to beat up Riko with. She began choking Riko with it before Sakura had enough and broke it up before landing a sweet twisting crossbody on Nene and Kyoka. Chaos ensued as the babyfaces hit their big moves on the killers. Riko landed a series of low, middle and high kicks on Kyoka and then hit the tiger suplex, but Haruka broke up the pinfall. More chaos ensued. Kira took out Marino and Sakura with a double lariat. Naru took Kira out with a drop kick, but when Yui tried to grab Kyoka, she slipped out and hit a stunner on Naru. This led to Haruka holding Riko on her shoulders and sending Kyoka to the top rope to perform a double impact chokeslam. Kyoka then hit her Death Valley bomb and eliminated Riko Fukunaga. Great Asako finally came in the match and sprayed her mist into the air to strike fear into Naru. It didn't work. But Asako fought using Asako Miya's jawbreaker, then mounted Naru and began choking her while shouting, "Mama!" Great zoom in to her face as Marino then came from behind and kicked her head off. Great Asako showed off a new move, the throat thrust. The Great Asako moonsault was somehow dodged, so Nara hit a brutal foot stomp and then her sweet moonsault, the Okurumi press, to eliminate Great Asako. She weren't here for a long time, but for a good time. Naru and Nene then exchanged elbow strikes, with Nene then hitting a nice forearm to a running Naru. Naru dodged a corner whip by jumping to the top rope and performing a missile dropkick. Naru went for a crucifix pin, but Nene countered and Haruka tagged in to dropkick Naru out the ring, eliminating her. Haruka and Yoi resisted each other's moves, but with the help of Riko, Yoi managed to hit her Velvet Driver, but only for a 2 count. Yoi looked in her gory special, but Nene broke it up. Then Kira Ann came in, and after lariating Yoi, she went on a rampage. She hit brutal kicks on all 5 members, and then an axe kick on Yoi. She then slammed Yoi and hit her Buddha shoot move. Sakura broke the pin. Sakura and Yoi tried teaming up on Kira, but Great Asako returned and sprayed them with mist. Oh no! To make matters worse, Kyoka dropkicked a chair into them both. Then Kira tried to eliminate Yoi over the top rope, but Yoi held on and pulled Kira to the apron too. Then the Genki Sentai Actress 5 posed and delivered simultaneous dropkicks to Kira, but she just about survived. So Yoi took it upon herself to wind up a lariat and connected, eliminating Kira Ann. But she celebrated too early and got rolled up by Kyoka, leaving her eliminated too. Next, we had Kyoka Awai and Sakura Mizushima going at it for a bit. Saihara came in to help Sakura out. Sakura connected with her Northern Light suplex hold, but Nene broke up the pin. They fought on the top rope and Sakura nearly fell to the outside but managed to survive. Kyoka also ended up on the apron with her. Then Sakura hit a 619 from the outside to Kyoka, eliminating her. Kyoka, unhappy, tried to pull Sakura out, but Sakura clinged to the ropes and Marino tried to save her. Yufa came in and hit Sakura on the head with her mallet, and this eliminated Sakura. Naru and Yoi started hitting Yufa. Now it was 2-on-1. Nene and Haruka versus Marino Saihara on her own to fight for good. They nearly eliminated Marino over the top rope, but our hero survived. Nene hit a beautiful brainbuster, which might have ended it, but Marino kicked out. Marino then hit a back body drop and then a dragon sleeper, but Haruka broke it up. Haruka and Nene then hit a double chokeslam, and Nene followed this up with a diving senton, but Marino moved out the way. She then hit some drop kicks and an STO. She then used a tail clutch roll up to eliminate Nene Arahata, so now it is Haruka Ishikawa versus Marino Saihara. Haruka beat up Marino with some sentons and then elbow strikes. She then locked Marino into a modified ankle lock, but Marino just got the ropes after fighting. They exchanged elbow strikes, with Haruka gaining the upper hand and hitting a reverse splash for a near fall as Marino grabbed the ropes. Marino hit a flurry of strikes and a single leg takedown before a roll-up battle ensued. Neither won from this, so Haruka ran at Marino and connected with a spear. She followed up with a senton, but Marino countered with a roll-up for a close count. Marino then hit a hero kick and secured the victory for the babyfaces after 20 plus minutes. A superb match and one of my favourite matches of the year. So many nice moments and sequences, along with lots of dramatic moments to keep you on the edge of your seat. I loved Marino fighting back from behind and winning like a true superhero. Everyone got their own nice moments. Kira got to display her kicks and power in her final Actress Girls match. Yoi got to eliminate Kira Ann in a big way. Marino was the last woman standing. Haruka got to be a vocal point of the match. Kyoka got an elimination and used her weapons. Great Asako did Great Asako things. Riko showed her strikes and her dragon suplex move. Naru showed her moonsault and agile nature and got an elimination on Great Asako. Sakura did a lot of work in the match, showing her moveset and got an awesome elimination on Kyoka, and Nene showed some nice power moves off. Terrific match. Post-match, the heroes spoke. They were worried killers might grow gigantic or that giant alien would arrive, but they would have deployed the Actress super combined robot if that happened. Wait, what? That sounds insane. Yoi said she would be the one riding it. Amazing. Naru promised to work harder in climbing trees, fashion sense, sewing, as well as hair and body makeup to evolve even further. Riko promised to master fighting. In the post-match interviews, Kira Ann said she was filled with gratitude to Actress Girls. She also explained that Actress Girls is still pro wrestling, but just presented differently. In pro wrestling, there are strict hierarchies, which can be good or bad, but there's not much of that in Actress Girls. Everyone gets along well, which is great mentally. The killers said, well, mainly Yufa, that she would deploy Yufa machines and crush Actress 5. She will make the new debutants into her machines. They all, but Yufa, agreed that Yufa was the cause of the loss as the coach. Main event time. Natsuki vs Act for the AWG Championship. Both of them looked super cool in their entrances, and this had a big fight feel. It began quickly and Act got the upper hand. She took Natsuki outside the ring and beat her from pillar to post, literally. When they got back in the ring, Natsuki fought back with a hell of a dropkick. She then followed with a corner jumping knee and a series of soccer ball kicks, followed by a rope run and another soccer ball kick. This only got a 2 count. She locked in an anaconda device, but Act eventually got to the ropes. Act then got Natsuki in a muffler hold, but it was Natsuki's turn to get the ropes. Act then began working Natsuki's leg. She hung Natsuki upside down on the ropes and delivered a drop kick to Natsuki's leg. More kicks to the leg followed. Act got Natsuki in an Achilles lock, which must have hurt a lot. Natsuki fought and crawled and finally grabbed the ropes to break it. Act climbed the ropes and Natsuki stopped her by kicking her head and sending her to the outside. Natsuki then followed with one of the most beautiful top rope crossbodies to the outside I've ever seen. Back in the ring, Natsuki climbed the corner and hit a ballet jump style diving knee, followed by mounted elbow strikes. She then hit a lovely hurricanrana on Act for a close fall. Act aimed to hit her Akusura swing, but Natsuki escaped and attempted a high kick, but this was caught into a brutal dragon screw. That Akusura then connected, but from it Natsuki hit a jumping knee, then followed with a sliding knee. However, she couldn't capitalise due to her fatigue. They exchanged elbows on the knees, and Natsuki unleashed a flurry of elbows. Then Act caught a high kick and locked in the muffler hold, but Natsuki quickly escaped this certain loss and hit a high kick and followed with the cutie special for another close fall. Natsuki climbed to the corner and attempted a diving foot stomp, but Act dodged and drop kicked her knee again. She then hit a missile dropkick for 2. Act then hit the Act special power slam and then followed with a fisherman suplex, but it was still a 2 count. Natsuki escaped the move and hit repeated knee strikes and a buzzsaw kick into a jackknife hold for another 2 count. Another diving foot stomp also yielded a 2 count. Natsuki went for a shining wizard, but Act dodged and locked in her muffler hold, which she then transitioned into a daija hold. She waited until Natsuki nearly was passed out. She then let go and hit the Act horseshoe thing for a hard-fought victory. It was a tombstone power driver. Wow. Terrific main event with lots of great action. It really could have gone either way, and they fought hard. Act had to bust out a tombstone pile driver to beat Natsuki. Natsuki's movements are so fluid and beautiful, especially in her dive to the outside. Terrific match, and congratulations to Act on becoming the new AWG champion. Princess Tenko wrapped the belt around Act's waist as she is leaving to America. For September, she said she will promote the belt and make it go worldwide. She will return at Korakuen in October to be challenged for it. In the post-match interviews, Natsuki expressed her desire to win the belt and how she was blessed to be chosen to main event this Korakuen show. She also revealed the points were tied, which in that case the most experienced wrestler wins, that being Act. Act revealed that she was supposed to go to the USA in March for 6 months, but due to visa issues she couldn't go. So now she was supposed to leave, but decided to only leave for a month and a half as she doesn't want to leave Actwres Girls behind. Overall, a superb show, especially the final 3 matches which delivered tremendously. Very much worth a watch, and I can't wait until the next Korakuen in October. Match of the night goes to Genkai Sentai Actwres 5 vs Actwres Killers. Just a crazy fun match with tons of action and moments and a great dramatic feeling. MVP awards. Please note that 2 people from the same match cannot get an award, just to keep it varied. Firstly, a special award to Arisa Nagai for the best debut of the night. Bronze medal goes to Asako Miya, who looked like a star and had a funny moment after the match. She also delivered a strong showing in the ring. Silver medal goes to Act. She had an awesome match and won the title. Clearly deserves an MVP award. And the gold medal and MVP goes to Marino Saihara for her superhero performance in her match. She has come such a long way and to me makes her a candidate for the ace role. Don't miss out on the electrifying action of Actwres Girls. Check the links in the description to watch past events, reserve tickets for upcoming shows and explore their website for more information. Let's keep supporting Actwres Girls. Your support helps these incredible athletes continue to entertain and inspire.